Well, here we are. Another hot day today. I was just checking on the radio I ordered. The Russian one, or whatever it is. Soviet one, I guess you would say. I still don't know if it's from Russia or whatever, but I'm expecting it's Soviet because it currently is in Lithuania. So I'm guessing it's probably, that's where it started from. So I have no idea where it was made at. I imagine it was probably made in Lithuania, but I don't know. I still decided against working on that J71 radio. Too much of a hassle right now. I don't want to bother with. It's going to be 91 degrees outside today. I am inside. I'm not outside. I did, water my yard by hand in the backyard, and then I just went and just turned my sprinklers on to the front yard. I have an automatic irrigation system. So anyway, I figured I'm probably going to work on this Arc 5 next. The Arc 5s are kind of unique in a way that they were used in B-17s during the war, and they were basically in racks, and each rack had a radio on a different frequency, and then they also had a rack for, it was kind of interesting the way they had it set up. Actually been inside one before. But so what you're looking at is one of these. That's what it was in. Basically they called it Flying Fortress because they had so many guns and stuff on them that it was crazy. But they did have actually one of the most solid radios you'd ever gonna find. They also had the BC-312s and 342s, the other bigger receivers. The BC-348, actually, they had those in the B-29s as well. But B-17s, I mean, they were out for quite a while. It's amazing what they did, though, back then. It's surprising. And I do have a book that is actually on these. It's called, command sets, and that's what they basically were. And so this one here basically goes through all the, it was a compilation of CQ magazine articles. And I have other articles in there. This is a transmitter. Actually here at my house here, I have 2 Arc 5 transmitters and 2 of the Arc 5 radios. This one I have here I'm going to be working on. It's one I started working on. I actually did go ahead and I stuffed one of the capacitors that was leaking. I guess I can show you that. And got another power supply that runs 24 volts to a dynamotor. These all were run-off dynamotors in the plane because it was just easier trying to put a whole bunch of different power supplies and everything else inside the plane. A dynamotor, basically you needed one supply or batteries. You could hook up batteries, put a couple of them together, and that's it. You can run radios. Well, they had a couple of banks of batteries for those bombers as well. So yeah, it's an interesting radio. Let me I'll show you. Oh, I gotta get the dog off my lap. And alright, here we go. And we'll tilt down here so you guys can see that. And there's the Arc 5. Now this would be, the frequency it's at would be on 80 meters today. The door comes off. Actually even has the felt for the bottom. On the bottom, it's got the tube layout. for the radio. And these are all 12 volt tubes. I have seen them. They do have them in 6 volts as well. Just depended on how you did it. This one is not in the best of shape, actually. If you look at the top of the radio itself, let me get closer. It's actually messed up here on the top. That would have been totally sealed off. This thing here has a couple of chunks there missing. But this was modified by somebody already. The front ends don't normally look like this. It didn't have a switch here or another one there, and normally would have a jack for the headphones. I don't see one there. I had to add the vernier knob. It does have a vernier drive in there, but the knob was missing on this one, so I had to buy one of those. And then down here, that's the on-off switch. That switch, I have no idea. I'll have to check, find out what that is. But, yeah, and then of course there's the dynamotor. This is an original. Turn it around here. 24 volt dynamotor. And the dynamotor, you put in 24 volts and it comes out with 220 volts, which is what these radios ran on. And 220 volts. I do have this other power supply, and that is a 24 volt power supply. This is hooked up. The very back, and if you go down there, you notice I do have it marked. I do have these marked. 24 volts there. I had to make my own pins. Didn't have any pins on the back. It did have the supports underneath. I'll go closer here again. Can't really see all of it unless I tilt it up. But anyway, I'll tilt it forward here. Alright. But yeah, it's got only 3 pins, and that gives you power to the radio. So I have made pins for that and plugged them in. This is going to sit there. Then after I wire it up, I have 24 volts into this right now, but I have to get 24 volts to the radio, and from the dynamotor to the radio as well. And so I have them all marked. One's a ground, and then the other one I have 24 volts on, and the other one 220 volts. So you can see that's what I got on the side. So I have to go ahead and wire that up. And then we could go ahead and see if this radio is going to work. Like I said, I took off the bottom plate. A lot of screws in that plate. Take out that bottom plate there. And then I had to go ahead and work on the bottom. Oh, we're going to turn that over. Notice I had to make a silver block of wood so it kind of like matched the radio. And I gotta get back up out of the way again. Okay. And when I had leaking, I believe it was this one over here. But they are really hard to get into. But it still has the original jungle coating on these. That's what those are. And so, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and work on this next. And then I still have to figure out where the headphones are going to be. I don't know where they're at. So, I would think they should have been in the front, but can't find them. So I'm going to check the book out. anyhow, that's what I'm going to be working on. So I just wanted to go over that today and show you what it was. And yeah, I have done some work to it, but it's not complete yet. So anyhow, I'll have to figure out how to get a speaker or headphones on it or something else. And the antenna is just a little jack up in the front. So that'll be it for now. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.